Howdy folks, another day, Goner Games. We have Bloomburrow coming up, so I thought I'd hurry and do some videos before we get too overwhelmed with Bloomburrow that should be here in a couple days. And then we have the pre-release and all of that. So the market is doing okay for the sluggish. I always have to remember that this is how always summers are. We had that boom in spring that was, oh, it was a godsend for Magic the Gathering and ate up a lot of dead product. But I'm starting to see a lot of sales at the distribution level, again, which isn't that unheard of for summers. Summers are typically slow for the TCG world, and now we're seeing the glut of products start to be blown out distribution level. I'm expecting things like Outlaws of Thunder Junction and Murders of Karlov Manor, play boosters especially. It still seems like Wizards of the Coast hasn't quite found their numbers correctly for their first waves of products. I think they should do more of the slower wave. I mean, it still should be big, of course, to meet the demand, but the last few products, they just printed too much. But then going back to like Lost Chasm and Ixalan, they didn't print enough. So I'm now looking at numbers of Duskmourn that was released today by my main distributor, and play boosters are once again through the roof of allocation. Allocations for play boosters are a joke anyway, because stores can basically get whatever you want. Like, there is a soft allocation they give you that Wizards guarantees, but I've never had a problem just ordering gluts of play boosters. However, my collectors are halved. So to give you some perspective, I was allocated about 120 collector boosters for Bloomburrow. And now my Duskmourn numbers came out today, and I'm only getting 59 of them. So it's like half of that. So again, I don't know if Wizards is cutting down the print runs of collectors to try to make collectors more collectible. It's been a weird run, of course, with Magic the Gathering, where they've overprinted collectors of some sets and underprinted of other sets. And they keep going back and forth. Like, I get both their perspectives. I know they want to sell collectors because the price to actually print a collector booster can't be that much for Wizards of the Coast. I mean, they get away with murder, literal murder, for being able to sell these suckers for just insane prices for these collector's boosters. And I've always made this comparison of this Arena starter kit. These cost like $3 for us to buy, for stores to buy this. So Wizards of the Coast has got to be getting margins on those. Like, I know they're using this probably as a loss leader of trying to get people on their arenas, is how they used to do it. I mean, their later starter kits have cost more, but their initial run with starter kits was incredibly cheap to try to I don't know, to be a loss leader possibly, or to break even, or I would assume that Wizards of the Coast still wants to make profits on them, or why, make a product line for that product. And I still am under the impression that to print these suckers, the Arena starter kits versus collectors can't be that more pricey. So Wizards of the Coast is making a killing on collectors, but they're in this kind of catch-22. If they print too many collectors, they can't justify the price of them. And then you see the New Capenna problem, or the Baldur's Gate problem, or Unfinity collectors, where they just go down to just really, really low prices, and at that point Wizards of the Coast just doesn't make decent, or the insane margins that they did. I mean, I'm still thinking they do make insane margins, but I think they're banking on those for their marketing budget and whatnot. Anyway, I'm really getting off to a tangent with some of the stuff I talk about a lot here. So again, we're in the low summer months. Magic is actually doing a lot stronger than this stuff. So if you're a store out there, or if you're a seller, online seller, I'm trying to fix my camera here, doesn't want to move, there we go. How is this stuff doing? Pokemon. So the Sword and Shield era seems to be going up now, but man, the Scarlet and Violet, besides the booster boxes, has been one of the sluggish, slow sales that I've ever had. Like, I still get people that actually play and collect casually, but what happened to the big collectors? We are completely missing that demographic of the people that used to come in and buy booster boxes at a time. And my numbers just really slowed down. I've been noticing Lorcana, One Piece, and especially Flesh and Blood. Flesh and Blood, what's happening? I mean, the newer sets are doing fine. Someone explain Flesh and Blood to me. If you do play Flesh and Blood more, I'm not going to show my mess over here. Maybe we will. But if you guys play like Flesh and Blood, this era stuff, like the Arcane Rising, Tales of Aria, Everfest, Monarch, what happened to this era? It is just crashing. Is it so, like, I think I have a theory about Flesh and Blood. Is it just that people kind of play it like Magic Commander, where, the newer sets, people build around it and they kind of forget about the old ones? And so the cards that are typically, when they create boosters in Flesh and Blood, they create based upon those characters. And so, people want the new stuff and maybe not a lot of the old stuff. Maybe they're just making those super broken generic cards or they've been outclassed, at least for more synergistic cards. Anyway, if you don't know about Flesh and Blood, you're probably tuned out by now. But what I'm trying to say is these tier 2, I wouldn't call Pokemon tier 2. I'd call Magic and Pokemon the number 1. And then everything else is kind of tier 2. But like Lorcana, Star Wars Unlimited even is not been as great of a release as the last one. And this last Lorcana set is actually barely selling about distributor price. So Floodborn's doing okay, but Inklands is doing terrible on like the secondary market. So kind of what happened to that market, I guess this is their really first sluggish, slow summer to try to deal with it. And then especially this, Yu-Gi-Oh! Is still doing absolutely terrible. So there are products like Yu-Gi-Oh! And Dragon Ball Z and like Digimon that are absolutely just being blown out for like 90% off MSRP from distribution levels. So another thing I am starting to see too, so the big boys in the accessory departments are still doing good, like Dragon Shield and Ultra Pro are still doing fine, but there are a lot of things that, there's one called the Iron Guard, or just a few other like these accessories that popped up during kind of the craze. I think they probably started making their businesses during the kind of pandemic craze where we had the supply issues and like, oh man, we can make a killing off of plastic. And those companies are starting to be blown out too at the distribution level. So I don't know if they're failing or, just having to cut back numbers and be more niche than they, trying to make that mainstream push. But anyway, that's a couple of the trends I'm starting to see with the collectibles world. I can excuse my mess back here. Eventually, one of these days, I'm going to clean my back area. And you can see a nice, beautiful area back here. But anyway, let's take a look at some Bloomburrow here. And I'll show you my what's going on in the back. We'll maybe take a look. I don't know. Sometimes I'm kind of a little bit weary about recording locals. I don't know how they'll react if they want to be on the YouTubes or not. But we got Zach, who loves to be on the YouTubes. And Zach is working on paint stand here. What do we have? We got the Bloomburrow stickers here, huh? What are these?
They're stickers.
They're just stickers?
You just get stickers now, yay!
And we have this Bloomburrow wheel thingy.
Commander party.
Oh, a commander party. You guys gonna come to the commander party? Zach sure is. He is just so excited to play commander because we just love commander here. Well, actually, we do. Everyone does love commander here at Gunner Games, but Zach and I just don't particularly like commander. So Zach wants to open up a booster pack for us, right? Right. This one. What is this? The play boost, the promo pack. What's in a promo pack for this one? So they did cut back on the numbers of these too. This is something we noticed. The foil packs are a lot. There's way less foil packs than before. So, most of this stuff just ends up on TC Player with all the fake stores to begin with. We do give ours out. So before we get accusations, you can go check our TC Player. We have nothing like this on there. So they do go out to these scrubs back here. Well, yeah, they're older. Yeah. But we got a good old Fibble Tip from, that is not even a Bloomburrow card. No. And then we have, there's the Kidnap and the Stormcatch Mentor. So anyway, you play at Gonro Games. We do give out the promos for the Commander Nights that we do on Mondays, Thursdays. What do we do?
I guess try that in 2 weeks since I accidentally gave it out anyways.
The code for this sucker for people showing up. But anyway, yeah, we do. Commanders, we're up to 3 nights a week, and all of them are full now. Like, because we do have limited table space. We can hold like 16 people comfortably.
We hold more than that.
Well, comfortably with all their crap. And then there have been a few days we have had to pull out a table, but it's been a while for that. But anyway, drafts and stuff, standard, can't get, people just play standard on MTGO or Arena. It's very, very tough to get people going. So anyway, just gonna, here's our best seller. That's why it's front and center. I'd be really interested in other people's demographics at their stores of what actually sells. Commander lists are through the roof still. We still sell Commander like crazy. We were out of, what card was I out of? I'm like, this was in the Challenger deck, a Commander deck, just a land, a 25-cent land. We're like out of them. And just because of all the Commander lists of people buying these $50 Commander decks and $25 Commander decks and whatnot. So be interested in if you do have a store or play at a store or know kind of the demographics and economics of your store, what sells good for you. Loose packs are still amazing. They sell amazing here. That's why we keep them in stock. And this.
I've talked to 2 people, Kevin.
Should we sell treats for, oh, that's a good idea. You should put a treat jar right there. And then they can buy treats to give to Buttons. To Buttons and Bruce.
Live stream. We'll start a live stream on YouTube.
Should we start you a live stream channel to feed you? Look how skinny you are.
Do you want treats? Do you want people to see?
Look how skinny you are.
Whatever. Have you seen those duck ones where someone spends like $5 grand and ducks?
Why are you leaving?
Have a good night, Parker. Love you. Be safe.
You leaving?
Yeah.
Oh, lame. I was gonna come like back here and show stuff. I guess all the Commander players are leaving. So there's a bunch of people staying. But
As you said to me, I think that the corollary is also true.
your Magic the Gathering Pokemon,
Trust me, it just gets worse the more you look at it.
you should always have like Star Wars and oh, it does have Yu-Gi-Oh on there, huh? That's the
And
Yu-Gi-Oh
it's
thing.
on Namek.
I don't know what that is.
That's a DBZ.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, typical. What's going on here? So anyway, that is that, I guess, as we're winding down here with my nonsensical YouTube video as usual. We'll get back to some more topics at hand as I get some Bloomburrow data in and whatnot. But appreciate everyone for sticking around. We have a lot of upcoming videos on the rogue market, especially, as well as I am going to hit standard for Bloomburrow. Let's see how long it lasts before I burn out. And so hopefully we don't have an extremely stale standard like we've had in some of the standards of the past. So excited for Bloomburrow. There seems to be a lot of cool cards to brew around. I'm going to give it a try of getting back into Magic the Gathering and giving a good run at it. I don't know if I'll play competitively like I used to. I don't know how many of you even know me back from my Rogue Deck Builder days when I used to do it semi-professionally, but I kind of itch for it. Starting to get bored of more casual things like board games and whatnot. So I think I want to challenge myself and see if I still, can brew in Magic the Gathering. So anyway, that's all we got for today. I'll try to do these videos more often. Thanks for watching.